Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in the Tech Boy podcast. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. So, we have multiple things that we have to talk about today. The Galaxy S Pen has a problem, and I know the microphone probably doesn't sound as good because the stupid camera disconnected multiple times. So, here we go. Thank you guys for reading this article multiple times, and it's our highest article of the week. So here we have the S Pen. It's very jiggly and it causes inaccuracies on the display. I'm going to try to see if I can go into full screen mode and see if I can show it to you. So it's very inaccurate and it doesn't detect anymore, even though this phone is basically brand new. And speaking of this phone, Galaxy AI needs to get a lot better. So first of all, I would like to commend Samsung for fixing their Galaxy AI on their Galaxy Notes thing. Yeah, Samsung Galaxy Notes makes it a lot better. It's a lot faster of summarizing and spell checking. But what needs to get a lot better is the keyboard settings. So you have new Composer, writing style, spelling and grammar. Composer, it could be a lot better. And writing style and spelling and grammar, just they just if they don't like what you're saying, it will either glitch. It glitches either half the time, and if it doesn't like what you're saying, we'll just say, "We're not going to do that anymore for you." So it's basically censorship. But yeah, it needs to get a lot better, a lot less glitchy. Especially for my social media tag thingies for Ava Harper. Speaking of Ava Harper, we have lots of other things to talk about today. Anyway, the next article we're going to talk about Keys for Kids Radio. Keys for Kids Radio is having a problem on our smart speakers, Galaxy, Amazon Alexa smart speaker, which is giving problems, at least from 2019. I haven't been able to test it on any other smart speakers, but it's fine. Because you can go into the web browser on here and I tell you how you can use their website, which still works fine. And Samsung has a nice scanner feature. I want you guys to check that out. We released and reported that ourselves today. So now let's get into the TechBoy Cinematic Universe. The TechBoy Cinematic Universe is this graph thing that we have here that really explains how things work here in the TechBoy. And I'm just waiting for the images to load. All right, here we go. Unfortunately, it's oh, there we go. It was kind of blurry for a little bit, but it's not blurry anymore. So hopefully you guys can see this on the screen. So here is the Tech Boys Cinematic Universe. I hope I spelled cinematic correctly. I'm not going to zoom in so you guys can't check. All right, so headline your site to techboy.org, which links to Ava Harper. It links to our YouTube channel, links to the TechBoy podcast, and it also links to, of course, this account over on X, which links into, of course, the podcast and our Potwins Fandom Says Quiz, which goes back into the TechBoy Cinematic Universe. And I think we probably should add Potwins over to where were we? This might be one of the older ones. Yeah. Where are we? Yeah, because this is missing the Odyssey Boy. Where is the Odyssey Boy? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So Potwins might come over onto the Odyssey Boy. We might talk about it more over there, which of course links into Christianity, which links into SSALTW in multiple ways. SSALTW being a special website storyteller thing, of course, which links into SSA and the foreign policy, which links all the way down to our song, period of the national anthem, SSA was proven right, which links to teen dating, national security, life at Glory High, the 2022 and 2023 elections, Ethan Shea, then myself as a person, links to Ethan Shea as a person, and Truth of the Tech Boy, Christianity, and the United States of America. All right. So yeah, that's basically the Tech Boy Cinematic Universe. Expect to see more. Of course, Ava Harper is linked onto there. And last week we converted Ava Harper from a person who primarily advertises other people, now advertising ourselves until we can get to her following statistics back up as well. Yeah. No one's listening, are they? And no one cares, do they? But whatever, we'll keep this going on maybe for like 30 minutes. All right, let's talk about Samsung drawing AI. Hopefully it gets a lot better. at recognizing stuff and being a bit more liberal in what it puts into images, because it's still pretty censored as well. All right, GSM Arena. I was thinking about smartphones and how they basically do the same stuff that they did 10 years ago, and even some of the phones from 10 years ago did the same stuff that phones don't do anymore, like headphone jacks and even FM radios and FM transmitting capabilities, which is really interesting to me. So let's look at the Nokia N8 from 2000 and something. Also, like we need to find more applications for our phones, not just games, not just social media, X, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Snapchat's not social media, but people link it in there because that's basically calling, uh, something else, social media that isn't coming to my mind. Yeah, SMS. Speaking of SMS, Samsung Messages is being very forceful trying to get us to switch over to Google Messages. What do you think, guys? Should I switch? All right, so here's the review of the Nokia N8. It runs Symbian, one of the earlier versions of Symbian X. Is a 12 megapixel camera with pentaband 3G support, and there's a lot of to read some of these to see how far we've come. Also, think about this. Doesn't this remind you of like the Microsoft phones, maybe like the Ken 1 and Ken 2, how they kind of were like multicolored and coming out here, kind of had like Windows aesthetic. Also, I think there might be a market for maybe like Ken style phones today, like only connected to the internet, only instant messaging, don't really do anything because it's people don't really do much on their phones anymore, and that's kind of sad. All right. So yeah, I mean, let's look at this, guys. He had a micro HDMI port, which I know has been kind of phased out for USB-C, but I mean, wouldn't it be nice to see some of these ports come back to our phones? HDMI, GPS, and of course, they said they had to make Symbian even a lot better, and memory less memory intensive because it only had 256 megabytes of RAM. I mean, think about that. We have like 32 times more RAM on say an 8 gigabyte phone, and we still don't really utilize it to the max. I mean, I use 8 gigabytes of RAM on my phone all the time, and it's a 12 gigabytes of in 12 gigabytes of RAM. All right. Digital compass, and it's definitely nice that they included that. Samsung has it on their Edge panel. Speaking of Samsung, they said that they're going to bring back smart selections, which is a good thing for Samsung to do. All right, and of course they have the headphone jack. And here's what I find interesting: they have an FM radio and an FM transporter, USB on the go support, Flash and Java support in the web browser. So stuff even the iPhone couldn't and can't do anymore. Let's see if I can switch accounts back into the TechBoy account. And smart voice dialing, which I think we need to bring back. We need to bring voice dialing back to phones. Voice dialing is kind of a thing, like with smart stuff, but it's not really a thing because it has to go onto the internet. I mean, it's kind of weird that it has no Office document editing without paying for it, which is weird. The video player has some issues, which also goes to show what kind of time this phone was in. Like if you think about it, the video player wasn't just an app on the phone. If you didn't like it, you go download VLC or something. No, you have to actually use the video player built into the phone, which kind of sets this up as kind of like a feature phone or something like that. So we're going through here. Also 3.5 inches. They were saying that's a good phone quality. Let's see if I can go to the internet. Yeah, there you go. We don't really need to see the unboxing here, but let's look at the user interface and thinking this is over 10 years ago, I believe, 10 years ago, and this is what the phone looked like. This is the Symbian interface, and let's see if there's any more videos I can react to. If not, this is going to be a really, really short podcast episode. It's not going to be good. Ooh, there's a comparison to Google AI Sketch versus Google Pixel Studio. Well, I'm really interested in that because of that, and then maybe we can get to iOS 18 features, and that's it, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, let's look at this, guys. I mean, this reminds me of say Android 4.4, but you have your mail app, you got your icons and everything like here. Like you have, I think that might be CNN. I'm not sure. Oh no, GSM. But there is CNN. That was one of the apps widgets things they had on here because it really wasn't an app. I don't think CNN had a Symbian version of their app. It might have just been like a touchscreen website. Yeah, here it is. You have routers, CNN, PPC. Yeah, just I think it goes directly to their website. But I mean, honestly, guys, you got email, you got your notifications, you got your news, you got contacts and searching. What more would you guys use on a phone? I want to know. Also, it's flat when Apple's doing kind of like skeuomorphism. So that's interesting demanding thing. But also, listen to this. Listen to how far we've come here. It says even though heavy multitaskers were frowned at the like quarter gigabyte of RAM that they didn't get any out of memory errors, which is something you wouldn't get on the phone today. Even when demanding the NFS Shift game, which is a video game, a car video game apparently, with the camera and the web browser with two whole tabs, people running in the background. Unfortunately, the poor text input solution of Symbian version 1 has been left unchanged by Symbian version 3. I wonder what happened to Symbian version 2. Maybe just skipped over it. And here's the phone book. Also interesting to see phone reviewers. GSM does this, but phone, lots of phone reviews don't even look into the phone book. Like, I can't tell you the last time I've seen a review for Samsung contacts, Google contacts, or Apple contacts. I don't know what they call Apple contacts. Also, I might compare Samsung versus Google contacts. Google contacts is actually pretty good. And Google Dialer too. Um, so yeah, maybe I'll switch over there. I mean, Samsung Messages is tiers better than Google Messages. Google Messages is terrible. Google Messages will bring Gemini into Google Messages, which is fine, whatever. Okay, Microsoft put Copilot and GroupMe, but they can't have an organized messaging application. They can't have anything useful like that. No. Mm-mm. Anyway, so they have messaging department. It's up to the keyboard, which was a problem back then. Oh, this is nice of them. My extension is making it scroll automatically. How nice of them. All right, then they look at the image gallery, which is still showing this era of smartphones, which the default applications, they were stuck with what they had. And of course, you got the music player and the album art and stuff like that, audio quality. Also, look at the phones that they're comparing. You got some Windows phone too. I think the Omnia was a Windows phone. You got the iPhone phone. You got some, of course, the Blackberries, and then you got Galaxy S, which of course is an Android phone. So this was an interesting time. Terrible to be an app developer, but interesting time for um, smartphones. Um, though I guess there'd still be some fragmentation. You got your iMessage users over here, you got your BlackBerry Messenger users over there. But I've heard that BlackBerry Messenger was very popular with teenagers back in 2013. And here's a FM transmitter, and I thought this is really interesting. Unfortunately, there are some precautions. It only transmits on non in use stations, and it only has a transmitting capability of about 2 meters or 6 feet for those using Freedom units here in the United States of America. So it's only to say transmit to like a radio to amplify stuff on your phone, music that's already playing. Of course, Spotify didn't really exist back then, but I wonder if it could do streaming from the web and then stream over to the radio station, radio as well. So basically, it's a way to pair with, say, a radio without having to use Bluetooth. I think that's really interesting, really neat, also really niche. But I like to see something like that come back to phones. Also, I like to see radio receivers also come back to phones as well. That you can still, they're not. They're not activated in the Western market because the carriers, of course, want people to stream over the people. Uh, to use data, of course. Oh, speaking of data, let's talk about Patriot Mobile. And no, this isn't an ad for Patriot Mobile. So I've been seeing and hearing lots of ads for Patriot Mobile. How people aren't using all the data that they need. And okay, sure. So let's compare Patriot Mobile to one of the non Freedom Patriot Mobile company, regular companies. Oh my gosh. This is an atrocity. This is one of those cheap. Hey guys, we have this absolutely terrible phone here. We slapped our logo on it and said privacy. That's right, people, security. And Patriot Mobile. Yeah. And let's get into this phone. Let's look at the oh my bro. Yes, kids, you can either have the LG Stylo 6 from 2021 or the iPhone 16 Pro Max from 2024. Which phone do you want, people? LG Stylo or the iPhone? Oof, they need some help. All right, so of course we'd be covered here because they use T-Mobile or something like that. You can get phones from all the latest brands. You can get covered cellular internet. Wow, guys, cellular internet on the MNVO. Dang, they're not doing a good job. iPhone 15, Pixel 8, mobile. That is sad. I know one time they were giving out like some cheap Android Samsung phone, like cheap. Like the Gap phone might be more. Oh dear, oof. Yeah. So if you're using Patriot Mobile, people, bring your own phone because the options here are sparse. I mean, oh my gosh! What? Yes, guys. Yeah, I think they were giving out like an A15 or something like A05. Oh, finally, yes, yes, guys. They listed the flip phone below. I mean, above the Galaxy S24. That's actually a good price for S24. It's like $15 off. So how nice of them! Let's look at this. Holy quackum! $900. 900. Okay, they're just selling these things off of people who think that this is a good idea to buy. I mean, let's go into this phone, okay? And I'm for what Patriot Mobile stands for. I'm not for what these prices are. My goodness, no! I just want to see a ridiculous phone. Oh my goodness, so let's go. No, I'm not going to show that on here on stream. No, okay. Yeah, there you go. All right. All right. All right. We're clicking through. We're clicking through. Oh my goodness. No, I don't care about my data plan. I just want to see the specs of this ridiculous phone that you're trying to sell. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. And Patriot Mobile, if you want to sponsor me, get better. And please build a better website. Good grief. American made websites don't need to look this bad. I just want to see what your stupid $200 phone, $900 phone looks like. All right, so here are the plans. Here are the plans for, of course, the United States plan. Okay, honestly, I'd buy the talk and text plan just for the name, freedom of speech. Of course, a talk and text plan with no data, and you decide to sell it. I'm sorry. They want to sell this thing for $26 a month. $26 a month. Do you know, guys, you can get talk and text for free. You can finally get talk and text for free from Text Now or Text Free, one of those companies. It's actually legitimate. Not just using Wi-Fi. $26 a line. Talk and text on your $900 smartphone. Forget about it. Just that's not freedom of speech. I mean, honestly, I'd sue. Okay, that's basically infringing on your $26 a line. That's insane. 3 gigabytes of data, people. 3 gigabytes of data. A point. I don't want to get this wrong and look stupid on stream. 0.1. Yeah, you get 0.1 gigabytes of data every day. Every day. 0.1 gigabytes of data. Okay, I don't. What? Okay. The recommended plan, 10 gigabytes unlimited plan. Oh, unlimited talk and text, not unlimited data. I mean, we can't have unlimited data. But I mean, what year do you guys think this is? 2020? 10 gigabytes for $52 a line? I mean, you might as well go down to Walmart or Boost Mobile and go prepaid. Okay, now let's go see how the sane people do it. Okay, I don't really care. Like this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous, and it's someone who would be in the. I mean, Patriot Mobile basically covers my what's it called? Target audience, I guess. Like we have overlapping circles. The Venn diagram of people who care about Patriot Mobile and people who watch this podcast and the rest of the TechBoy cinematic universe is it's a circle, right? It's basically the Venn diagram of student council and the volleyball team from SSLTW, right? Here is Mint Mobile, which isn't American flag branded, unfortunately. It is unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. Okay, and let's look at these plans too. And we can also look at their phone coverage. All right, guys, you can get 5 GB a month for $15 a month with some payment upfront required. Over on Patriot Mobile, you get for something close to that, it's $36.50. And yeah, the freedom of speech plan, $26 for the people who apparently don't believe in the internet. All right, 15 gigabytes a month, you can get $15 a month. For 3 months, you can get $25 a month or $20 a month if you pay for an entire year. So let's go with 20. Okay, heck, we can go with 25. Let's go over to Patriot Mobile and see what they're selling for 10. I don't know what these increments are, 3 and 10. Like what people don't want 5, people don't want, I don't know, 15. Oh, so the closest thing you have to that is $52, which is like 2.5 times more expensive. All right, and let's see over here for unlimited data. For unlimited data, you can get it for $30 a month with $260 upfront payment required. I'm not upfront payment required. Wait, so you just pay for your mobile thing here? So let's see here. If you click unlimited, you can get your electronic SIM, but hey, let's do physical SIM because I don't think Patriot Mobile does. $360 for 12 months for unlimited-ish 40 gigabytes a month. Right, you probably won't go over that. I have 100, but you know I'm a tech blogger. It's $78, and they don't even have an unlimited plan, I don't believe. Plus the phone, which let's look into this unplugged privacy phone, which is it a scam, people? Is it a scam? I mean, is it a scam as in it doesn't work? No. But is it a scam as in it's a piece of junk? The Up phone is a privacy-first secure smartphone designed by the cybersecurity professionals for everyday use, powered by the exclusive Liboot OS operating system built on the iOSP, because obviously they can't build their own operating system. The Up phone offers an experience similar to Android phones, except it is liberated from the Google mobile services and its pervasive surveillance associated with it. The revolutionary Up phone is perfect for those who want a system free of big tech components that track, monitor, blah blah blah. ExpressVPN. All right, let's look at this thing, people. What? This is your app store? This is download any app you would like to. Let me tell you guys a secret about Android. It's a hidden secret, state secret. Google doesn't want you to know it. Okay. Here's a secret about it. You can install APKs on any Android phone. Unless it's a gap phone or something like that, and that doesn't count. All right. 108 megapixel main cam on the back, 32 megapixel HD camera. I'm pretty sure it's really bad. All right, 6.67 inch flat display, Gorilla Glass, high full definition plus. All right, that's decent. Stealthy and invisible, encrypted email, secure encrypted texting, unplugged. I'm not even going to read that. Storage secured from hacking, unplugged antivirus. All right, guys, let me tell you what you guys can do. Okay, stealthy and invisible. Your phone is 6.67 inches. It's not stealth. It's not invisible. It looks like you ripped off an iPhone and put your fake big tech sticker on it. Okay. Encrypted email texting. Let me tell you guys, Proton Mail and Tatanua are both in the Apple and Android stores. All right. Unplugged Up Suite. Yeah, those are just APKs. I'm pretty sure I can find those in 5 minutes. All right. Storage secured from hacking. Guys, have you ever heard of, I don't know, encryption that has been enabled on every Android phone for the past 5 years? Speaking of encryption, Samsung has Samsung and OnePlus basically have secure folder type tools. Google might bring that to their phone. They even have private folder on Google Files application and an unplugged antivirus. Yeah, you can get your own antivirus too. Okay. Also, yeah, you can get an actual antivirus. I mean, I'm not saying there's not an actual antivirus, but yeah, I mean that is ridiculous. You can't just put some garish phone on there and say, "Oh, big tech," and then stick the American flag behind it and think people are actually gonna buy it. All right, yeah. So Patriot Mobile, I wouldn't recommend them at this time. I would recommend Charity Mobile, Grace Mobile, any of those other alt mobile companies. So I do respect the work that you're doing in the community with the extra. 2.5 times more that they charge than a regular mobile services provider. All right, we're going to go over to yeah. So hopefully, we can get more features back on our phones. And by features, I mean actual features, infrared blasters, and hopefully we can do more with our phones than what we do on the Nokia N8, because the Nokia N8 looks like it does the same stuff that our phones do now today, and it's kind of depressing and sad. All right, let's go to let's go over to Jeff Springer, the Galaxy AI sketched image versus Google Pixel Studio. Which one's better, guys? I wish Samsung had something like Google Pixel Studio, but they don't. So there's that. Hope you guys can see this on the screen. All right, skip the ads. All right, here we go, guys. Hope you guys are really excited.
Image capabilities on One UI 6.1.1 versus the new Pixel Studio application that Google released with the Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro.
So that's a nice case he has on the Pixel. No, he always makes it look important. Makes smartphones look important. Fun.
Have 7, 8, 9, 10 posts a day over there, including tutorials and reviews as well.
Oh, that's great.
So you can go right in there and just draw something if you want to, but Notes is usually a place that I tend to utilize it a lot if I want to attach a sketch to a note. And like I said, playing around with my son. Now over here, the new application that Google's launched is called Pixel Studio. And
I wish I could get this and Pixel screenshots working on my phone, but it seems like they have some server-side block, even though the CPUs in my phone to be able to brute force that. It's a bit hack that.
Essentially, this lets you go a little bit further. With sketched image, you can basically draw something, and then you can get the AI to turn that into an image for you.
Yeah, and of course, I don't know what you're trying to really draw.
However, when it comes to Pixel Studio, you can just type in a description, and it will give you an image that's generated with whatever you want. But there's one key difference between these two. They're both AI generation tools. Both of them have the ability to prevent the AI from generating human content that would be offensive, or in the
and the problem with that is you can't even draw stuff on faces. So yeah.
Case of Galaxy AI sketched image, if you want to take a photo of a person and you want to draw on their face or something like that, or defile their photo, it won't allow you to do that. However, Samsung also does not allow you to give other graphic depictions, even involving like characters or alcohol or things like that. We've seen that from the very beginning. And in fact, to make sure that people know that these images are generated using AI, if you look down here in the bottom left corner, if I pick it up, you can see it a little bit better. If you look down here in the bottom left corner, you can see right there, it says AI generated content.
Which can then be magic erased by Samsung.
So that you know, and I'll just put this aside for a second, because the fold I can kind of fit in the frame a little better, so that you know that this is in fact something that was generated using AI. So with this content, it makes it really easy for you to determine if something was really created by an artist, a human artist, or if it's something that was interpreted. And this is even
not really, because again, you can crop it out.
In the case of something that you're drawing, right? Because all you're doing when you're adding a note here, and like I said, I'm a terrible artist, so my artistry is not that great, but you can see, like, if you go in here, and let's say I cut this one out, and I try to draw something else. Let me try to draw like a tree. I don't know. I'm not a great artist at all. But let's see. If I draw a rough sketch.
Interesting how his S Pen there also had some problems with the where the hinges right there. It missed.
It tends to do a pretty good job. So here's a tree. Go up to sketched image.
And
go ahead and trace around what it is that you want to imagine. and hit generate, and it's going to go ahead and do it for you. So it's pretty fast on sketched image. And in addition, like I said, and you see, it does a really good job of interpreting.
That looks okay, but the image before that, I mean, it looked like had some peach slices coming up.
What you want. This is the watercolor option. You can change the style and stuff, and then obviously like the styles right here, so you can get like pop art, whatever you want, different styles. But Samsung does a great job of making sure you don't generate anything crazy, and also because you have to be able to draw it, it is actually harder for you to generate something crazy, and that watermark prevents people from believing that it could be the real thing. Well, that's not the case with Pixel Studio. I want to
which I actually like. Congratulations, Google.
Show you guys some examples of some pretty crazy stuff that I've been able to generate in Pixel Studio. So in here, they give you some various like places that you can kind of start from stuff. You can kind of see various pieces, posters, magic castles. But then you can see your own files, and here are my projects. So here's one that I talked about over on Twitter and X. You can see Pikachu, trying to tap it with the S Pen, I know I'm doing that. Pikachu promoting a vodka brand. So you can see it has no problem.
And also look at the shadows and stuff like that. You can't really get that in your drawing. Ooh, here's a video on how to get Pixel Studio on any phone. Let's see if that actually works.
Generating that piece of content. If you want Pikachu promoting a vodka brand, it will gladly do that for you. Some other ones I did, like these are just ones I played around with my son.
Look how those look as well.
And there's another one down here I did. Bluey, the cartoon character my son watches on Nickelodeon. Lots of kids like to watch Bluey, promoting Bud Light. So you could get any brand character, and look how this is really realistic. And what you'll notice is you can create a sticker with this. You can save this image up here. There's no watermark
or screen, and I'm so glad about
on this photo. So
yeah, so essentially, Pixel Freedom AI. All right, let's go into the iOS 18 features, and then we'll leave.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Hey everyone, it's Justine, and today we're going to talk about some of my favorite iOS 18 features. Now, as you know, iOS 18 is introducing Apple Intelligence.
I always like how they show these like clips and stuff like that. Always makes it feel so exciting.
Of course, that is only coming to the iPhone 16 lineup and the iPhone 15s. So if you do want to have access to these features, you do need to upgrade your phone. Now, there's a bunch of features that we could go super in depth, but I'm going to show you some of my favorites and some of the things that I think you guys would be most interested in. A lot of these features are going to be rolling out kind of incrementally, so they're not all going to be out. There's still some things that I'm testing out on this.
Interesting that she has a yellow phone case. That's like pink, but I guess that's just a Pro. I don't think I think of that
I have, which this is still a developer beta, so a lot of this is still kind of a preview. So first things first, let's dive into the customization, because that's something I think a lot of people have wanted. I think that it is just
woo, you can move your icons around, people. Congratulations.
Destructive, and I think some people have very poor design decisions. So sometimes giving people too much flexibility, I mean, if you like it, I guess that's all that really matters. So just you do you. So with the customization features, we can go in here and you can edit your home screen. So if we go up here and edit this.
Interesting how the screen recording is like perfect square.
We'll give you this little customize feature. So you can do some simple things like light. You can switch to dark mode.
Yeah, so you guys know about how you can change your icon.
I am going to switch this back to one of these, because I don't like that this tints everything. So this tints all of your photos on your home screen. I mean, if that's your vibe, like, yeah, go for it. It's not my vibe. I want some pretty colors. Okay, we're gonna stick with light mode.
Here we go.
It's got a new button, way more customization, sweet new tricks, and something so cool that'll completely blow your mind. The iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max are packed with the most pro features, and I got the best tips and tricks.
All right, congratulations. Let's see what our first one is. Go to iPhone mirroring.
The second pro trick on your Mac, you'll now find something called iPhone mirroring. And if you open this up,
and you were trying to get this to come to all phones because, you know, you. doesn't really know anything, but whatever.
You now have total control over your iPhone, but from your Mac. So you can literally navigate.
Also, you know, MacBooks, iPhones are kind of popular with kids. Like, what can you do on an iPhone that you can't really do on a Mac? I mean, like Snapchat, I guess, but will it use the front-facing camera? Plus, you know, Instagram application. But again, what can you do on a Mac that you can't really do on an iPhone? Like, yeah, you need to type documents. Really, you need $1,000 computer to type documents and $1,000 phone to take terrible half pictures of your tongue at 3 in the morning. It's so sad. It's yes, that's my original article. I feel like that the smartphone has lost its original purpose. A smartphone, the smartphone. When you go back and read 2001, 2005, 2007, about say like the Nokia N95 or the BlackBerry phones, they're always talking about email. I guess we can have a whole podcast episode about this next week. Always talking about email, writing and reading documents and stuff like that. But now smartphones are always talking about putting pictures on social media, listening to music, navigation. It feels like the smartphone has kind of lost its original purpose, and I feel like that's kind of sad. And that maybe we can do a whole in-depth deep dive into this. Of course, you have questions. Talk about that. All right, iPhone 16.
Get around your phone using your mouse cursor, open apps, take notes, edit your content.
Why would you do that? Why would you sync your iPhone to your Mac so you can take notes on your keyboard when you have an iPhone and a Mac, and you know full well that your iPhone notes application syncs with the Mac notes application, and you can't tell me, well, I don't want to go to the cloud. You literally have your phone synced across some public Wi-Fi, I believe, to sync to your Mac.
Contact card, or even play games like Pac-Man if you want. And what's really cool about this is that
this is gonna get so overused in school. This is gonna get to be like, all right, guys, put your phones in your hampers. Okay, I just need to click this button. And all right, make sure you take notes on your laptops, people. Okay. And they start snapping each other from there. It's going to be really funny. And of course, I wouldn't advocate banning laptops in school. Would not. Also, I don't advocate banning phones in school either. But just know this is going to be one of those. You guys can't sync your $1,000 phone to your $1,000 laptop. Oh my gosh! Like, what kind of idiots connects their phone to the school's Wi-Fi network? It's on Patriot Mobile. You know, $22 a month. All you can do is text and call. I mean, but whatever. Let's just get through this video. I know none of you people are listening or actually care about the stuff I'm yapping about. So let's just move on.
For the third pro trick, if you turn on your torch, you'll now notice this new torch visual. And you can control the torch brightness by swiping up and down like before.
It's kind of funny how she's calling it a torch that is a flashlight, but I think it's in UK or South Africa, not America.
But you can also control its beam by swiping left or right. What's crazy is...
Interesting. They also had something like that on the world's biggest iPhone.
This actually changes the torch's size, focusing that light to make the center beam brighter. I mean, it's pretty freaking crazy that a phone can even do this. But that's not even the...
Really? I guess.
Craziest trick you can do with it.
Also, is that an iPhone? Oh, it's an iPhone 16. No,
this iPhone. Just wait till you see the last trick and keep him for the end. For now, let's move...
Let's go to the next
Okay, so if you open up the camera, in here, you'll find something brand new.
16 and 16 Pro series at the store, at the mall, by myself last time. Hopefully, the people out there had fun. All right, now let's go to edit style. So let's actually go into copy edits, you know.
Points. And once you're done editing your photos or videos, if you tap on these three dots, here you'll find copy edits. And in here, if you choose to specifically copy that style's options, you can then go back to your main gallery.
Oh, that's so useful. It's kind of like a filter, like a custom thing. I wonder if people will start selling these things on, because you can kind of like sell these things for Lightroom. I wonder if you can sell these for iOS, if you can share them.
And select a few other photos or videos, tap on those three dots again and paste those edits. And what this will do is take that style.
It's so useful. And I'm wondering if, I think maybe if you sent the photo online, like maybe like a Google Drive link with all the full EXIF data on it, you might be able to have people with other iPhones apply those styles. That's going to be really useful.
iPhone, a custom.
And we're back in third quarter planning. Adams is quarterbacking this project, and
Custom style starts with the control panel, because here you might have noticed that
Looks
it got a
good.
brand new look. So you can now press this plus button to edit all of these icons.
Oh, okay.
Like-
You can kind of move it, and it looks like I have some changing stuff right there. All right, that's interesting. What else do we have here? Selfie mode. Ooh, I actually want to see what this can do.
And what's great is all this still works in selfie mode as well. So you can either switch to the selfie camera and use the camera control with it,
Ah, dang it! They still don't have. Put your hand out for it. Put your hand out for it and stuff like that.
or better yet, you can use the main cameras. Because the camera control is on the side now, you can take selfies.
All right, guys, I'm going to show you how you can do that on an Android phone. All right, guys, this is breakthrough. I have like 50% less buttons than the iPhone. Okay, guys. Congratulations. All right. That was just using the volume key. It's barely a feature. You don't need a special button to do that.
A lot easier. But you can also light press it. A single light press will bring up the zoom control, and you can zoom in and out by just swiping left to zoom in or right to zoom out. There's also the double.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, ultra wide camera on these phones seems to get a lot better. I don't know about that phone, but these phones, like, it is so fuzzy. And when you're on 0.9 and you go to like 1, you can see the noticeable change in difference. So like custom walking routes, that looks useful.
Okay, so of course we've all used maps before, but now you can do a really cool trick with it. All you gotta do is type out exactly where it is you wanna go, or you can just tap anywhere on the map. Then select this direction button and change from driving to walking.
Okay.
Now, if you swipe down, you'll see this create custom route option. And what you can do is one.
Like planning out spy trips or routes out the park. Maybe you can navigate with your friends and stuff like that. Speaking of, I hope they bring back kind of like those non-phone communicator things like that. Like there's this movie called Big Fat Lie. It had the cybercode, and they would text each other for Rwave. And of course, they had the iSpy walkie-talkies. We could text and talk each other in video chat within 500 feet. So maybe they'll bring back spy toys like that. I want to start a company that makes spy toys.
Once you select it, if you tap anywhere else on the map, that'll add a point as an extra spot you need to go past. So let's say you go sightseeing.
Unfortunately, there's still no live view, it appears. I'm not sure.
Or hiking. Well, now you can just add your points directly on maps.
I have my own GPS waypoint thing anyway. Let's see what other features we have here. Audio mix, voice 48 megapixels. Those aren't really new. Ooh, 3D. Let's see if it's like that live photo thing that Samsung has.
There's power in the word no. At University of Phoenix, there's no application fee.
Congratulations. All right.
Then you might have noticed this brand new camera mode over here called Spatial. And when you
Spatial. Okay, it's not actual 3D, anything like that. And you got Safari, Siri Assistant, stuff like that. So that's where we're going to leave it off for you guys. God bless. Tech Talk to you later. To the like 2 people listening to this thing. Bye.